This afternoon, Gakpo, we are also told about predictions by the minority. Exactly what are the reasons the minority is basing its predictions on?
So today, the House has been concluding the commentary and, if you could call it so, the debate on the mid-year budget review statement that was delivered to Parliament last week, Thursday, by the Minister for Finance, Ken Ofori-Atta. And Haruna Idrisu, who is the leader on the minority side, has been spending about 45 minutes commenting on that statement. He's been making a number of points, including concerns about industrial actions that are being undertaken by some labor groups in the country. You recall that the University Teachers Association of Ghana has called a strike over the last few days. The minority leader makes the point that more of this can be expected going forward, and that this is something that will end up even negatively impacting productivity in the country. And he attributes the situation to what he says has been government's insensitive approach when it comes to negotiations on the basic pay rise for this year and next year. You recall that government did announce that public sector workers are getting a 4% rise in their salaries. Well, the minority makes the point that this is very much on the low side, especially when the average, the average inflation rate, Aisha, is somewhere around 8%. And so the minority makes the point that they would want to see the rate when it comes to the rise in basic pay being at least that said 8% instead of the 4% that government announced. And for the minority leader, Haruna Idrisu, unless that necessary adjustment is done, more of such possible labor actions can be expected going forward. He's also been commenting on the country's debt situation, which he insists is very much on the high side and should be dealt with to a certain extent. He's also been commenting on the National Cathedral project, and he says that aware that the finance minister has previously announced that government was sinking in about $10 million. He says that when the
My colleague Joseph Opoku Gakpo, they're bringing us up to speed on happenings in Parliament. We'll try and get him back because the Ministry of Defense has also laid in Parliament for approval a 111 million euro agreement that will allow it to purchase 6 aircrafts for the Ghana Armed Forces. The deal with Aerospace and of the Czech Republic includes support services for the 6 aircrafts. Now, the deal will also see the company supply 6 L39 next generation L39NG aircrafts and the provision of support of terms of product services and ground-based training system associated with the aircraft operation. Specifically, they're talking about the agreement, which is worth of 111,393,400 euros. The agreement was laid in Parliament also on Monday, and Speaker of Parliament Alban Bagbin has referred that agreement to the Defense and Interior Committee. My colleague Joseph Opoku Gakpo is back with more for us. Gakpo, you were talking about the minority's prediction. I would let you finish up that and also let you in on this agreement that has been submitted for approval by the Defense Minister.
So, Aisha, to round up with that, the minority leader essentially makes the point that the surest way government can get out of the difficulty the economy finds itself in currently is for it to possibly go to the International Monetary Fund and request for debt relief services. Otherwise, then the economy will continue to struggle going forward. There's been responses to that from the Minister for Parliamentary Affairs and the majority leader, Oseichi Mensah-Bonsu, who insists that the management of the economy over the last 4 years has been far better than what the NDC did back in 2016 and earlier than that. And then he used the word incompetence to describe how the NDC managed the economy then, and then made the point that people should be appreciative of how well the government has managed the economy, even in the times of the COVID-19 pandemic, because without the very deliberate and conscious effort by government to better manage the economy, Ghana would have seen a lot of trouble. So the debate on that concluded about 2 hours ago in Parliament, and the House went ahead and made the point that because the finance minister did not ask for any specific approvals in terms of a supplementary budget. They only debated and went ahead and acknowledged that statement that was delivered to the House. And then subsequently, the president of Angola has been addressing Parliament and been making the point that both countries, Ghana and Angola, need to work together to root out corruption in the public service and ensure the advancement of the lives of the people.
Let's talk about the agreement on the purchase of aircrafts for the Ghana Armed Forces. That was laid in the House on Monday, right? Gakpo? Right, so I think
the House with a report on. Aisha, are you able to hear me, Aisha?
yes, loud and clear.
So let me round up on that very quickly. The Committee on Defense and Interior is considering that document.
Considering that document after it was laid in Parliament yesterday, it's an agreement to the tune of 111 million euros to purchase 6 L-39 next generation aircrafts for the Ghana Armed Forces. And beyond just the purchase of the aircraft, the Czech Republican company that's supplying it, that Aero Vodochody Aerospace AS, will also be providing support for the aircraft in question, including providing services and then ground-based training systems associated with the operation of this particular aircraft for the Ghana Armed Forces. Already, we've heard some minority MPs make the point that this is a deal that's very much on the high side, because then the details that they're gathering have to do with the fact that this is an aircraft that could well have been bought somewhere in the region of $10 million for each of them. We should possibly take the holistic figure for the 6 to something like $60 million rather than the 111 million euros as we've seen contained in the agreement that's been laid in the House. But they indicate that they will provide more details on their content subsequently. Aisha.
Joseph Opoku Gakpo reporting from Parliament. We're still in Parliament and we're monitoring events. We'll bring you more updates in our subsequent bulletin.